LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
This episode is brought to you by Workday. Workday is the next-gen ERP powered by AI that actually knows your business. It helps you handle the have-to-dos so you can focus on the can't-wait-to-dos. It's a new Workday.
And we're back with me, Johnny McMurray, on the On The Spot football podcast for yet another fantastic guest. Tonight's guest is one of my favourite people that I've ever met in football. He abused me as a kid, he backed me up as a kid, and he was the one that kind of pushed me in to become the player that I got to be. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ryan Catney.
Good to be on, mate.
Cat fella.
Good to be on.
Mate, I just have to say this first because we were talking about it there. What about that?
First one here.
Shirt. You need to talk me through there because we were laughing, but last shirt you ever wore?
I'll tell you what, I wasn't feeling it now, so I would. Yeah, last shirt I ever wore for Cliftonville. Unfortunately, sent off.
Standard.
I can't get an off.
That means more to me than the league winning one time.
Well, if that means more to you, that's all right. But you weren't getting the league winning one,
So was it?
but no, good memories, all good.
Mate, thank you for bringing that.
No problem.
It's something I want to do. I want to collect shirts, and I was like, if I'm going to get somebody's shirt, it has to be the Cat fellas. Because there's so many good memories. And we're going to get into it, honestly, but thank you for coming. Absolute pleasure. No tortures you to come on, but I'm looking forward to this, man. It's been a while, you know?
Yep.
So we're going to dive right in. I miss you. I want to get stuck into your career, how it all came about for you as a young kid, and then obviously getting through those Cliftonville days, winning leagues, leg breaks, people studying you in the back. The whole heap, we're going to come up against it, but how did it get started for you?
Started for me, I'm from Turmeric in West Belfast. Started for me, it actually started for me late getting into football. I never really started playing till 9, maybe 10 or 11.
Okay.
There was a fella, had four lads out in the back square. We had with a big gable wall.
Okay.
He had 4 boys, and they were going up the turf lodge one day, and he says, jump in the back of the ladder there, you're going up to training. And we went and did the training session and stuff, and blah blah blah. And then I was only 1 hour back.
Right.
So that's how it all came about me and starting playing football.
One of the things that I need to ask you, right? See, from a young age, were you the same Ryan Catney as a kid as you were as an adult? And what I mean by that is, were you just...
He liked the curse.
Yes, you can say whatever. You can say whatever you want.
No, no, not really. Because before I went to England, it was a different Ryan Catney till the Irish League. Ryan Catney,
Okay.
the Panto villain.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
You're probably one of the most disliked people in Irish League for other teams.
I don't know why that is.
I don't. You're a great fella.
Do you know what I mean?
There's probably going to be a lot of people in here be like, that fella's really nice.
I know.
I hate it.
I hope they feel like that. They only hate me because I play for Cliftonville.
That's it. Well, partly, yes.
No, look. What we saying there?
I'm saying, in terms of you being the way you were in the league.
I was always like a box-to-box midfielder before I went away. Like, sort of your number 8 nowadays. A bit more technical than what I was in the Irish League, like, do you know what I mean? But and then I went to England, and I don't know what switched, what it was. It was just, you go over there and the lads are more physical, and you had to kind of stand up for yourself and tackle, and then just tackling just became part of my game.
Yeah.
And then obviously England didn't happen and whatever else, and then you come back to the Irish League, and then that part of the game, because the Irish League, as you know yourself, is more physical and stuff. So that just became part of me. It became part of what I was known as. I don't want it to be the only thing I was known about tackling, like, but because
I definitely wasn't scoring goals, did you?
No, I wasn't for scoring goals, like, but I think, and I could play a wee tiny bit, like, but
you could. But in terms of you, right? So before we jump too far ahead,
yeah,
that younger age group, you made it to England, but how does that come around for you? What is it like for the trials and
So as I
going?
say, I started off at Trinity Lodge there, and let's say 10 or 11. Stayed there for 6 months, and then went back to my local club, Saints in Twinbrook. Played with all your schoolmates.
Okay.
Played there for a year, and then what really happened for me was when you really start to get serious. When you think you're a good player, when you kind of outgrow your teammates or your friends, stuff like that. There, I went to DC, and DC back then was one of the best boys clubs to be involved in. I think I went there from 12 to 16. I'm just between that time, like won the league every year, the Northern Ireland Cup, and then as you say, we started to play well. You started getting trials. That was like 13 teams between 12 and 16. I was at like you were playing. I just remember one day playing for DC against, I think it was Common Star, on the back pitches of Mollusk. Say 9:30 in the morning. I was on a flight to Newcastle to play Liverpool a 1:15. It was just surreal stuff like that there. It was mad, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, and then look, you end up, you get to 16, and then you have options of, it was either going to be Leicester, Reading, or Sunderland. And I was nailed on for Leicester. It was Leicester, great day. It was all done. And then Brendan Rodgers was at Reading.
Okay.
And that was sweated.
Just to switch up last minute?
That sweated. I remember getting in the mum and dad's thing saying, I think, he says, what do you think? And then he says, well, write down what you think on a big piece of paper. And they wrote down what they thought. And it was it was Reading, all three. It was him that sweated. I think of familiar voice, familiar accent, somebody from here.
Yeah, I get you.
That's kind of what swung it for me to go to Reading.
See, in terms of him being that person, did you know much about Brendan Rodgers at that time? How he had done, how he got to where he was, that it was like, maybe I should listen to him. Did he fill your head full of shit?
No, and to see, to be honest, he didn't. So he didn't. He was always good as gold with me. So he was. I always found him genuine. And as I say, he was the reason. And you can see, and I seen back then. I obviously don't know he's going to go to the heights that he went to, like, but as a man manager and as a coach, unbelievable. Did all the drills, so he did. Did all the practical drills, and he was the one that did the first one. No, the demo, unbelievable.
Yeah,
one of a left foot, and probably the best skipper I've ever seen. Like, that's a really weird thing to say, like, but he's a really good skipper. Like.
It's so mad to think though that like he's the one who's probably changed their mind. If you're so set on something, but what had you so set on Leicester? What was it that Leicester had done for you that made you feel that comfortable? Like, I'm going to Leicester. I
don't even think they did anything. They came over here and met my parents and me, and it's now the Rabbit, and just laid it out. There was the 4 or 5 year contract. And obviously all the clauses, your international clauses, you play for NI and stuff they got there. So their facilities were unbelievable.
Yeah. Even at that
stage, yeah. I think they were in and out of the Prem. Or were they just coming out of the Prem? I'm not sure. The facilities was class, the grounds had an indoor artificial pitch. It was better than Reading, because Reading weren't at that stage yet. They were more at that stage when I was leaving. But Leicester had everything going for it. But as I say, it was Rodgers that sweated.
Did you have much dealing with Brenton when you initially signed to the period where you were consistently playing then? Or was it like, let's get the kid signed, he's from back home, I'll speak to him, and then it was like, you're in the 18s?
Yeah, no, so he was the coach of there was the under 17s and under 19s back then, so it was, and then it changed to 18s and 20s. So he was the under 17 coach. So I was working with him day in, day out. So he was bringing like, and he was ahead of his time. He's bringing like Dutch boys over for training sessions. Like, he was just thinking about just football totally different than what like maybe a coach would hear. Not run people down from here, like, but just totally like a different mindset even back then. But no, day to day, he was unbelievable, like, really, really good.
What did you find the hardest thing about moving over?
you're 16. That's the hardest. For me, it's the hardest thing. I don't agree going with 16 leaving. I got my GCSE results on the Friday and I was on the plane that night. Just bang, gone.
What did you get in your GCSEs?
Oh, I got them all. Passed them all. Like,
Oh, is it a C?
well, 3 B's and 6 C's or something.
Oh, here, that's better than I was going to give you credit for.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! I
Wow.
You have not done well.
Harsh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I passed all now.
Right, okay.
But no, I was straight on the plane, and I've always said this here about this whole going away too early. And you only have to look at the ones who stayed and played in the Irish League.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Sykes, Paul Smith, Gavin White, Stuart Dallas, Liam Boyce. They're all still away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? They stayed, did their trade. In a sense, if you're thinking about like an apprenticeship and a job, you do 3 years.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
16's a baby. Like,
Yeah.
for me, it's a baby. And as I say, you only have to look at the end boys, or I've mentioned, and there's more probably going back as well, and probably the ones went afterwards. I think if you stay in, there's no rush,
Yeah.
because you know yourself, if you're good enough, you're good enough. Like Mark Sykes didn't go till he was a wee bit older, like,
I didn't go.
obviously.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
It's 2 hours, is it?
Shit.
They're looking at people that run, Johnny, so they work.
I tried.
I know you.
Fat at that stage.
I know. Oh, you were.
But yes, Mark's prime example, isn't he? The likes of Mark, Ronan healed him. I can't see Ronan coming back. He said no, he's just got another move.
No, he's
Do you know what I mean? So
look, where's he went to? Gillingham now, wasn't it?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So
that's, as you say, it's one of those things now. It's like full reverse. People they're like, you need to go at 16, and if you don't, then you've no chance. Whereas now it's like, it's fully grounding.
yeah, because now you look, and I'll never run the Irish League down, but now you look at the platform it has. Look at the good players who are coming into it. Look at the facilities. Look at your Coleraines, your Lawrence, Glentorns. Look at the players who they are attracting. Do you know what I mean? I know that there comes with investment and stuff like, and all that. I get that there, but they're still coming. Mm-hmm. And the profile of the league will get better. I have no doubt about that. Like,
The league's in an incredible position.
Yep.
Right now, especially even the way it's going in terms of teams competing. It's no longer just like a one-horse race or a two-horse race.
It's no longer the big two anymore. Do you know what I mean? The monopoly of that there, or like they were coming and taking your best players, whether it be Cliftonville or Crusaders or whoever they were coming and taking. But it's not like that anymore, and that comes with investment. But it's good though. It's intriguing now. So it is, as you say. It's anyone's. It's like all the dark horses now are coming out to try and win it now. Like
100%. And I think that's what makes the whole interesting atmosphere around teams losing. Like, there's no certain game. Like, Carrick went on
yeah.
the maddest run.
Dungannon, like, do you know what I mean? I've always loved Dungannon as well. Like, do you know what I mean? It's a good club. It seemed like a real well-run club. Good people about it, Rodney and Dixie and stuff. But as you say, Carrick, look, there's Baxter going down there. It's just the experience.
And people are saying, like, they're
Like, you can't buy experience. People want to get there, but there's miss all that there bit in between. Do you know what I mean? Look at what he did at Crusaders, for example. Like, he built them they went down to the championship. He built them right back up and won everything.
And you think about the style of play, it's not to criticise, and you're thinking it's very much 4 years ago. Route 1 football it's useless. Can't do that. It's not football. But sure, now it's Route 1 football, and it's throw the ball as long as you can in the box. And Stevie's done it for years, winning leagues.
Do you know what I mean? And you're talking about Irish League. Look at Brentford are doing it.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Arsenal. All this commotion about these taking 15 minutes to take a corner and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean?
Set off from a throw-in. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? So it swings and roundabouts. Everything comes back around again.
Do you do this in Ballyclare?
Do what? We can't take the wins. We're the worst the win takers in the world.
So no.
Oh, awful. Absolutely awful. So we are. I don't know what goes on.
Well, we'll talk about
Oh,
this.
we'll
We'll come
get
back
that.
to it. But so what I want to talk to you about is because I've mentioned this a few times. I'm very much a homebird. You knew me since I was 16, 17. Whenever you went away, I just came into that sort of first team of Cliftonville and training and stuff. So such a naive kid, quite plump, had a ponytail, bit weird. But at the same time,
Glorious tongue.
yes, because it was always in holidays. But in terms of that, I don't think, and looking back on it now, I wish I had the opportunity to go. I don't think I'd have succeeded whenever I went away because I wouldn't have coped. I'm a homebird.
Yeah, no, here, look, it isn't for everyone.
Did you struggle with that?
No, not really. Like, no, not really. Because I never really had a big, like, I'm not saying, I never had a big circle of friends. So I didn't go, I was going, I miss him or I miss her or I miss, coach, you miss your family. Do you know what I mean? You're 16 and you're used to your mom and dad doing everything for you. Your dinners every night, just for an example. It's just our own dinners. And you go there and they're like, they're not giving you potatoes every night. Do you know what I mean? It's no, and you never know until you go away if you're good enough. Do you know what I mean? And some people are good enough and don't go, and some people aren't good enough and get to go and make a career out of it. Like, we all know people, and you look and go,
well, how's he managed to stay there?
How's he playing? Made a career for himself in England and maybe internationally. I only say I'm just using that. I'm just saying that's an example. Like, it doesn't throw anyone.
Okay, slowly moving on. So when you get there, you've settled in nicely. You're in the 17, 18s, right? Do you feel that you fit in straight away? Is it like a different game physically than what you're used to? People say that there's like a wee period that you go over when you're trying to go full time that you need to catch up. I think that's normal kind of basis. Now it takes a couple of months, but did you feel that you were able to catch up and you were able to slot in?
I think physically they're bigger.
Okay.
So they are. Because they're in you have to remember, they're in the academy since they're 8, right up to the 16. So there's 8 years on me, and maybe they're doing the extra stuff. I didn't start playing until I was 10 or 11, do you know what I mean? So I think they have an advantage in that sense. But I see now, obviously, with that whole JD Academy here, they're trying to...
Yes.
That's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? They're getting them prepared for going away a year before they actually go away. So, yes, it does take time. Do you know what I mean? You're coming in, you're playing boys for boys clubs. I'm playing for DC, and you're going over there, and then you're going to like the Arsenals, Chelsea's, these big lads, move the ball quick, do it in 2-touch. When I was playing, I was always the best player on the pitch. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm here playing a mollusk or whatever it is. I'm the best player on the pitch. I have the most touches. Then you go there, and you're not the best player. So you're not. So you're going, and then you save.
And mentally, you're thinking,
am I good enough?
Yes.
So there is a period there where you do have to adapt, and say you have to adapt your game. You need to stop taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches, where you just banging in 1 touch or do it in 2 touch.
Did you feel that Rodgers was able to help you understand that quite quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because he played like a 4-3-3, so he played like a 6, 8, and a 10. So he moved you, or like he played a diamond. So he moved you like so he could play like the left of a diamond 1 week, but he says no, Ryan, you play right of the diamond the next week, the 10. Do you know what I mean? He moved you about, so you understood. You understood positions.
I was just going to say, is this a development phase? Is it like you're going to understand what it's like to be in different areas? Yeah,
absolutely. So he put you just because, yes, you're a midfielder, you need to understand why you're maybe Monday I need to play holding midfield in front of the back 4, an 8, 10, or maybe 1 or 2 at the side of the diamond. So yeah, from the very, very early on, because we had to document this all down. So like we had like a wee profile book on sessions and stuff, matches. You give your analysis of the game afterwards. Sure. What you thought. You give yourself out of 10 every match. Then you presented it to him, and he did his feedback, and then he gave you a part.
That's probably the first time that I've heard anybody doing that.
Yeah.
Especially for the number of guests I've had on who've been in England.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody having to put together their own analysis.
Not a lot. Like there's a
page. Yes, just a wee.
There's a wee box, and
yes.
What did you think? What did you do well? Blah blah blah.
It gets you thinking about the game differently as a kid, though. than what it would be, because I would never consider doing that as a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for somebody to be that far ahead in how
That's the thing. That's why I just think he was just so far ahead of his time. And then look, he was there, so I went there, and he left after a year and a half. Chelsea came and headhunted him to be their academy director.
Makes sense when you think about it.
So when he was, so he left a year and a half in. He went to Chelsea, and then just went on from there.
What did you do from there?
That kind of where not that it all went wrong, but well, probably it did, to be honest.
Okay.
It's kind of not your safety net, but it's kind of the guy I went to. He picked me up from the airport. He lived around the corner.
Your comfort,
yeah, it was like a comfort blanket. You know, it's like your dad. You're from away from home. Do you know what I mean? It's just somebody understands your accent, because nobody understood me. You know, when I said right, Will, they always want to know who Will was, or that's Cat, and nobody got the slang. It took me ages to get. I come back with a wee bit of a not a bit of an English accent, but I was like changing my words around like a wee
posh,
a little bit. You know, so no, it was. That's not that it was, but probably when he left and the new guy came in, and we were still doing it again. We were doing the analysis books, and like I was just up in analysis with his sessions. I didn't like him,
okay,
but I wrote it down, and I don't like your sessions, and blah blah blah. And then it just came to about a year later. I was a pro again. It just got a phone call from I got a agent at that time, and just saying what's going on. Is me nothing, because I didn't really know what was happening at this time. So it was a random call, and he says, I don't think it's going to happen, or they think they want to let you go. I was just kind of took back by a bit, and then went into the training ground the next day and just says, basically that's it.
Do you think that at that stage you're more than able to compete? Do you feel like you should be the one offered a contract before other people?
No, I felt like I could compete. I played for 17s, 19s, reserves, played for the first team in pre-season and stuff. So I was in about it. Like, we actually won the league, the reserve league. I scored the winning goal down at Gillingham. So I always felt it was good enough. So then I always felt it was good enough. But as I just touched back on what Joe McDonald said on his podcast, sometimes you think you're good enough, but you're not.
Yeah.
And that's the harsh reality of it. And that's just being blunt about it. Blunt about it. That you can make all the excuses you want, but at the end of the day, they made a decision, whether it's your attitude or whatever it is, that you weren't good enough.
Yeah. Or whether his sessions were shit and you've called them out.
Well, that there too, like, but they were, so if they were, so
We man from Twin Brook's not going to lie about it, do you know what I mean?
I just had to get back there, so you think.
So see, at that period where they come to you, is it like, that's fine, no problem, I'm going to come home, or is there like there's other clubs?
There was a Chiefs, there was a scout there, there was Nicky Shorey, he played left back for Reading, it was his dad, and they were going to sign me. He says, I'll get you to X, Y, and Z clubs on trials and all. And I just like, nah,
right,
that's not for me.
Just going like that again, you mean?
I was just like, I gave it a shot. I gave it my best shot and fell short. And I've no regrets about it. And even to this day, I don't look back and go, oh, I wish I had went there, or I wish I had did this, or I wish I had said that, or I wish I hadn't said that. I don't look back on them early days with any regrets. Maybe a bit immature,
okay,
which is why I'm saying about going at 16 to going at 20. That's a 4-year gap of maturity. Like, now, still trying to mature now, and I'm near 40, like, so.
You might have told him the sessions were shite. You might have been like,
they were all
sessions aren't really doing much for me here. Can we change them up?
Can you adjust them to sort of
like an English person?
Do you know what I mean?
Not to be blunt against English people.
No.
But
if you want to be.
But so at that stage, you've made the decision, you're done.
Yeah.
You're ready to come home. What awaits you when you come home? Is there people back home you're going, I can just slot in here, go to the Irish League, or is it like, I just want a break?
No, there was no one was waiting back home. I was just came back. There was no one going, just blah, 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 say.
Like for now, if you come back from England now,
Oh, yeah.
everybody has heard about it.
Yeah.
And you've been spoke to by
Oh,
everyone
it's-
thinking that we'll sign him here.
Oh,
He's
it's
gonna
crazy
sign-
now.
Yeah.
Even before you come back, they're phoning me.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say.
Yeah.
No, so it wasn't. And look, it's moved on. Since technology's moved on from a bit since then too. Mobile phones, social media, and stuff like that. There. No, I just come back, and not that I didn't know about the Irish League. I did, obviously, but I had no intention of jumping straight in.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had an agent and stuff again, and how it came about me joining a club was he phoned Paul Kirk, who was at Distillery at the time, and I ended up just getting up there. He got me up and says, "Would you want to come do a training session?" Did a training session and says, "I'll sign you here now."
You're like, "Ah, done."
But you're how about there, and that there's when you come back. So I think I came back in the November, and I couldn't play till obviously the transfer window, so it was the January. So I trained with them for 6 weeks. And you have that there, and boys, you'll come back, I'll tell you, you'll have that England fitness for the 6 months. So you come back, say it's January, see till pre-season, you'll have that, you're still in full-time mode, training every day, sharp. And then just
Decreases.
slowly fades away.
So for 6 months, you were on
6 months. For when I was at the Distillery, the first 6 months, I thought I was flying. Like, I remember Kirk doing an interview saying there was a chance go back across and stuff like that. There, obviously, it didn't materialise, but the boys will tell you do come back from England that you do have that sharpness about you.
Is it completely different fitness?
You're just sharp. You're just sharp. You just do everything quicker, stronger.
And then you're shouting at everybody being like, why are you not doing this?
Yeah, because then people aren't at your same standard, and then you're
Do you apologise?
No.
6 months later?
never apologise ever.
Well, no. But whenever you slow down and you're like, oh, I'm actually here with you now, you apologise for being a thoroughbred for 6
Don't
months.
apologise for something 6 months ago, like, do you know what I mean? No, never apologise. No, look, 6 months of sharpness, and then you just, not that you fall back in, because obviously boys look after themselves, go to the gym and stuff like that. That was never for me. But
On December 12th, Disney Plus invites you to go behind the scenes with Taylor Swift in an exclusive 6-episode docuseries.
I wanted to give something to the fans that they didn't expect.
The only thing left is to close the book.
The end of an era. And don't miss Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, the final show, featuring for the first time the Tortured Poets Department. Streaming December 12th, only on Disney Plus.
Distillery. So talk to me about Distillery. How long did you manage to stay at Distillery?
so I was there for, I think it was a season and a half. It must have been a season and a half.
And at this stage, Distillery are...
Distillery
not that
really-
Distillery aren't a big club
Yeah.
now. They're just like a sort of like a sleeping giant, aren't they? They're a big club with good facilities.
Like back then, like
They were one of the main in the Irish League.
like I think we came top 4 when I was there. Some of the players like Ryan McCall, Andy Kilmartin, Darren Armour up front, Francie Murphy, John Martin, Gareth McJones played for him.
Yeah.
So Matthews was in that. So honestly, it was a proper Irish League team, like a real good for me. Obviously coming in as a kid to learn off them kind of boys, like and look, I loved my time there. It was great. Again, it didn't end the way I wanted it to end, but again, that's football. As in, maybe the second season, I'd say you go back. So obviously the first 6 months are down on, and you drop back into the Irish League, not Irish League mode, but you drop into that fitness mode. You're only training 2 days a week. You're not going to the gym. You're not looking after yourself. You're doing this. You're doing that. And then football, for me, took, when I come back from England, till I would say I joined Cliftonville. even the first 2 years at Cliftonville, I had no interest in football at all.
Okay.
Like, I was at one stage, I was going to get wrapped up all the year. I just wasn't enjoying it.
Was it like a financial thing? Because
no, it wasn't financial. I'd like, no, as in playing for money or...
yes, just to be like, it's a few quid and I'll just turn up.
No, I just fell out of love with football. It became a chore.
Okay, I get you.
And then when it was a chore, and then you weren't enjoying it, and then that was maybe, as I say, the second year at distillery. That's the way I thought.
And what age would you have been at this stage?
So I think I left distillery when I got joined Cliftonville when I was 20, so 19, 20.
Okay.
I just wasn't, that's the love wasn't there. It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And this is going to sound mad. I don't love football. I never loved football, as in, never loved, it's hard to explain this, so isn't it? I love everything about football.
Yeah.
I love the camaraderie, I love the changing room. I love the trainings more than the matches.
Because it's fun.
But I do like, but I don't love football.
Like, you wouldn't be in the house screaming at the TV.
No, I do. I Dermot Saturday playing.
See, this is one thing I don't want to go away from this
Yeah.
conversation, but I detest people who shout and scream at the TV.
No, don't shout and scream, but I'll be like encouraging them. From
Kyoto or with Kyoto,
Kyogo.
you'd be like, "What the f*** are you?"
No.
You'd be him. You'd be like, "Shite."
No, I wouldn't be saying that. I'd be like,
Not about him, but I mean, it's general.
Like, be going like,
Yes,
big man. Come on.
only salted.
No, I don't. Only salad.
But no, I get what you're saying, because towards the end of me jacking it, well, not jacking it, obviously, a load of people have retired me recently, but people are still asking questions. Are you actually retired?
Are you?
Don't know.
Right.
Have the option. I'm only 30.
Right. Okay.
Still come back. Yeah. Hard paper around. Just been about for a long time, you mate.
That was really weird.
People probably like, that guy's like 53. It's on that 30.
Crazy. I'm involved in the team and all, and like, I got your number.
Oh, well, nah, well, not talk.
Right, bar.
But anyway, but what I'm saying is, towards the end, I'm through a stage where I hate it, and I've made this quite clear. And the only reason why probably I stuck at it was financially. Getting good money, turning up 2 nights a week.
See, I wouldn't have got as good money as you. Do you know what I mean? Forwards always get a wee bit.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Fine.
Bigger slice of the pie,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. Even the lazy ones. But for me, I never played football for money. Like you were Cliftonville, like we.
I know. Yes.
We never. Money doesn't define me. Do you know what I mean? It didn't.
No.
It doesn't do anything for me.
You just.
Do you know what I mean? It becomes a poison, because you're looking at the going, well, there's Johnny McMurray's on £50 a week, and I'm only on 30. Then it becomes, I want more than him, and he's getting an extra £5 or whatever it is. Now, I know it's not that terms now. But no, I was never motivated by money. I had a good job. I've worked in shorts for 20 years, so money didn't motivate me. I played, and then obviously we get to Cliftonville. I played just for Cliftonville.
Yeah.
I had to play for nothing.
Yeah.
And near enough dead most weeks.
That core of groups would definitely say the same. Like a Cliftonville team, which we will get into here, but there's a lot of people there, and the wages were never strategically high. I remember signing Brezzy in the stand, and he made me believe that 50 quid was like this whole massive heap of money. And
but Brezzy to do that.
And I was like, it is a load of money. And I was like, it's not really a load of money, but
it's amazing what you
just what you could do. But again, it's the fishnet of Cliftonville. It's you don't care.
No,
you never did. Even as a kid, it was a privilege sort of to be there, and you were wrapped up in that dressing room alone. And I'm glad that I got to experience it, because it was mental. Is the only word I can describe. Mental.
Well, can't lie.
But we are going to get into it here. So you obviously have 2 years. But what's strange is the first 2 years that you're saying that you didn't enjoy too much. So who would have been there
at the start
of your Cliftonville career? So
obviously Addy Sammy from Murphy was at the weights, and he was leaving the weights, and then I was leaving as well, and he says, I'm going to Cliftonville. Do you want me to say to Addy and Brezzy? Big Chew was there as well. And I was like, whatever. So I went up to Mollusk one day, did it again, did a training session. Addy says, yes, then I'll sign you. And then that's how it all came about.
So it was that quick done.
Yeah, it was just...
But a guy from West Belfast never, like, it's either DC, really, wasn't it? DC.
Well, DC is my local team, so it is.
And then it was either DC or Cliftonville.
Yeah,
I mean,
DC was my local team. Like, Reading bought me, so they did, from DC. So I will always have an affiliation with DC. I played like 5 years, as I said, when I was younger. So I always, not that they're my club, but I'll always say I'm not a DC man, like, but I always have an affiliation.
But at this stage, it was never a thing where it was like, I want to be a club man.
No, not at that stage. No.
Okay.
No. Not for me anyway. It wasn't. As I say, when I was growing up, football wasn't in our house.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. It was never. My dad didn't like football. Do you know what I mean? So it was never sported really. Like, now I went to, like, obviously Celtic matches when I was younger and stuff. But football, yes, it was on the TV or maybe, like, but it wasn't brainwashed.
Yes.
If you know
Like,
what I'm
this is our
saying.
team. We're Liverpool supporters, and we watch all the Liverpool games.
Yeah, no, it was never like that there. So it was never like, when I got up, it was never Cliftonville, you need to go Cliftonville, blah blah blah. I was never the path that was to be chose.
When you get into Cliftonville, you talk about who's there. How quickly do you get wrapped up in the bubble of Cliftonville? Because there's a zombie apocalypse bubble there. Oh, it's us against the world.
That's the mentality. Well, it always was the mentality from I joined in 2007. And not that it's, you just get it.
Yeah.
Either you get it or you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it, and it just engulfed me. It took over, it took over my life. I just got it. It was, as you said there, that mentality. I bought into that straight away. It was us against the world. It was us against everyone else. It was us against everyone in our changing room. We hate them. I might be your friends, but that's all right. You'll shake your hand after and go for a pint. But see, once you cross that way lane, it's their dialect.
That team, probably before I came in as a kid, you had the likes of McAlinton,
Davey, Fleming, Scannells,
which kind of started that.
Holland brothers.
Yes.
They started. Eddie, and see, to be fair to Eddie, and look here, he gave me my chance at Glenville. He was the one that got that ball rolling, getting in the Brezzies team. That from 2007 till we won the league in 2012-13. So it took 5 years to build. And to be fair to Eddie, he got the ball rolling, getting the players in. Just couldn't get to the lane, close. I think we came second one year. I think 1 year we were first, and like we lost the last 8 or 9 games, or 7 or 9 games, and came fourth or something like that, or whatever it was. But I think he came close, came second 1 year. Just couldn't get to the lane with that team, who had, as I say, named all them players there, who some great professionals, like proper Cliftonville men, who I would say, like, and I hate using that term legend, like, but some great people in there, like.
Whenever Eddie goes, and then it comes to the likes of Brezzy and Minto, and then this is where I kind of get introduced, so I started to feel part of that younger side of things. I've never witnessed two totally different people as managers and assistant, like, where usually like they're on the same wavelength and they all agree to play the same way.
Nobody's on the same wavelength.
Totally I've never experienced anything like it. I remember going in and all I heard was fuck. I was like, who is this guy and why is he cursing so much? Like, I've just never seen a team talk. There was less words.
And just got to the point where boys were counting how many
dollars. It was insane.
He had his wee bit of paper, and now you had obviously what he was going to say, but I think after he got the first sentence, he just went like that there. But as you say, like,
but he had you.
Oh, he had
the wall.
But Minto obviously got it. Do you know what I mean? Cliftonville legend.
Yes,
probably one of their greatest ever players. Got it.
You were heading that wall,
and made us get it.
The thing about that was that he projected it, and the whole team did get it. From Conor Devlin, who was in nets, who was easily one of the best goalkeepers about, right through. I think you had, at that stage, Johnny Flynn was there.
No, he was after Mark. So it was CC, obviously George, right back, Captain, Mark, Jamie, Ronan, and Eamon. And then it was me, Jonty, Marty Donnelly, Stevie Garrett, Tull, Damon O'Carroll, and then Chrissy up front, and Boise.
Liam had just
Adam
came
Black from Marky Holland as well, Hawk as well. Do you know what I mean? So the nucleus of that team was mad. Like,
Well, I have a vivid memory of going in one of my first training sessions, and for anybody who doesn't understand, the layout of the dressing room is kind of like a big extended L. You go in the wee door and it opens up into the toilet right down.
yes, oh yes.
So whenever you come in and you're new in the change room, you park yourself at the door. So I parked myself at the door beside Eamon Sidak, who was one of the nicest people.
Yeah.
Nothing bad about anybody, just wanted to play football. Great fella, great footballer. And then at the other side, you and Jonty were shaving each other's heads. And
It's not that nice, Jonty was shaving.
poles. And I was like, what the am I doing here? And it was just like the maddest. It was carnage, but it was like the best experience for a kid to go in. It was madness.
It was madness. I'm not gonna lie, like
It was insane.
like I seen boys just putting his leg up and on the bench and just like shaving his legs, and nobody boys his legs are massive. And I was going, what's going on here? Just looking, and then you see all the hairs just getting the Mark Smith shoes, because that's who you picked them, because nobody liked them. Do you know what I mean? Probably still don't like them. Like I'm an person that does like them. So I do. But I was mad, Jonty. I was like a salon.
It was
Like
madness.
Jonty's like
I think
the tallest man ever and the whitest teeth, but it was all natural.
I remember having to shave your back one day.
Just a hairy back for something. I don't know.
You were like, you're shaving, and I was like, I'm not. And you were like, and then everybody's like, you're shaving his back. And I was like, I'm shaving his back.
Me or grooming us. It's weird.
But I think when people talk about doing certain things, I know people have probably bad experiences of like initiations and stuff. I had the best. And
It was never, as you say,
never harsh.
No, it was never harsh. It was all good fun. It was all crack. It was
Right.
never, wasn't even bordering on bullying or anything out there.
No.
It was all in the best intentions. And it was to make you feel comfortable.
100%.
And I seen something it was on Instagram where it was Dermot McVeigh put on. When you were saying about coming in the change room, he says, can't I remember I was standing outside White Rock Leisure Centre, we used to train there. Standing outside the door, afraid to go in. And then I come up, and so Fleming was in there already, and Peter Hutton was there, Jonty, Skinny Ass Hawks. And I walked up to the door and says, what are you doing, you weirdo? Get in there. He says, what was that? And he said, we're up. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the difference actually, because whenever I came in, there were certain seats you couldn't go on. There were sacred seats.
There were sacred seats.
There was.
There was boys at their room.
There was the Donnellys at the corner. You couldn't sit at the back row.
You couldn't sit at the back row. That was a no-go.
You wouldn't have wanted to, obviously, after.
I was in the corner, and Jonty was in front of me, and then George was over here, and then Smicker and CC were over there. So there was like a core people.
You just avoided. I was glad I was at the sort of.
You were up our
out
out of the road, but that was the best thing. Do you know what I mean? You're the good bit of the madness. Do you know what I mean? And as you say, it's a good initiation. Like as I say, they're the best times. Seeing the changing room before and after, getting changed and showered and stuff like that there, and beforehand as well. The crack, what were you doing the day, and obviously boys at the weekend. And
start your day with Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal. The instant oatmeal ready to help you tackle whatever your day brings, like wrangling your toddler into their car seat. That was fun. Coaching your 6th graders soccer team. Go girls! And carrying all the groceries in one trip. Whew. Try Quaker Protein Instant Oatmeal, Granola, and Bars. Great taste and a good source of protein. Quaker, bring out the good.
This episode is brought to you by Cologuard. If you recorded songs off the radio for a mixtape, it might be time to screen for colon cancer. The Cologuard test is non-invasive, requires no special prep or time off, and you start screening right from your home. It's just 3 simple steps: set up, sample, and ship. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your doctor about the Cologuard test. Available by prescription only. Learn more or request a prescription at Cologuard.com/podcast.
like even like when Marty Murray came into the change room, we were going ADHD, like
Oh, mental.
he would give ADHD a headache.
I always remember the goal he scored. Do you remember from the halfway line? The own goal. I don't know what he was doing, but
that's Marty. Like,
but that was, and he's just laughing. Everybody,
just a maverick.
He's just like
an absolute maverick. But like
those characters created.
Yeah,
but what was the build on?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Even in the change room, like when Stevie Garrett and Marty Donnelly got the car, like 2 4-year-olds.
Yeah,
like madness. Just doing stupid stuff, just annoying people, just run about, and then you threw Marty into that mix, and then you like Ronan sitting there, very Victor. Just sitting there, school teacher, hating life. That stage, he had 4 kids sitting in the car park. He's going, let's get on here.
Yeah, why am I doing this?
What was I doing? This is towards the end of his career, like, do you know what I mean? But he's Chrissy's Canal. Do you know what I mean? Like, educated people, and me, Marty, Donnelly, Stevie Garrett all running about, like, yeah.
Who's just come out of practice fixing people's teeth. And he's like, why am I sitting here?
We have put him into early retirement.
Do you know what? He's probably done a lot of people a lot of
I'm
favors.
sure he has, few credit he's got out of everyone, so he has.
There've been a few smart George alone, probably. I always remember the chewing gum where we used to clip it in.
Yeah, I remember.
Too sorry.
I don't know if you were there. We were going to Institute and we stopped at the Elk. Right. So we stopped there for like a pre-match meal or something out there. So we went to the Elk and all out there, and me, John, sitting here. Georgie sitting in front of us. Got beans and toast, scrambled eggs or whatever. Georgie probably had a fry. You pay 10 to a bit of granary bread. Front tooth. Straight out. He's trying to put the nut of the granary bread in his. So I heard another one for Chrissy. Chrissy must have made a fortune out of George, like, alone.
It was such a good time, and to be honest with you, one of the best things that I remember, and it always sticks by me, is we had, and I don't know what it is, I felt like you took some sort of shining to me as a kid. Probably it was because it was just different. It always was slightly different, but I remember going, and my dad's here, he'll probably remember this as I talk about it, but the Lansdowne Hotel, we had a Christmas night out. I think I was 17. And I remember you and Stephanie were, so Stephanie's obviously your other half at the time. Don't think you've had any kids at this stage.
Good old days.
And I was obviously filled on drinks, steamer and 17 by like 8 o'clock. And I remember talking to her, and I remember you laughing, being like, you flirting with my missus? And then you were like, come on, I get you a load of shots. And I remember about an hour later, lying over the top of somebody's grave, throwing up next door, as we cemetery next door. And I don't know who phoned my dad, but he next minute he picked me up out of the grave, put me in the car, and I was like, it was Ryan Catney. He's like, who? And I was like, he done this to me. I remember having to stop, fly down the roads, throw up everywhere, constantly. It was one of the most horrendous nights I've ever had. And then I was just, ever since that, I was like, you've always sort of had...
I always, like, obviously the young ones coming in, do you know what I mean? You always try and, like, it is daunting, because there's big characters, are like, obviously the ones I've all mentioned. You try and look after them. Especially the ones you think have a chance.
Yeah.
Not you treat anyone any differently, but see the ones, your Jay Donnellys, you, Tomas Cosco's, just knew they were going to be footballers, or playing the Irish League, do you know what I mean? So you do take a wee shine to them, and you do put your arm around them, because they're coming in an environment, again, they're not used to. It's big boy football, it's men, you're coming in the team of leaders. Bit of a crazy changing room. Do you know what I mean? You have to adapt to all that there. Some of the stuff you're saying, you're going, what's going on here?
And at this stage, standards high.
Standards.
Probably highest it's been.
Yeah, standards, as in, like, training ways. Trainings were tougher than matches. Yeah. Like, trainings were
full tilt,
competitive.
Smashing each other.
Trainings were competitive. So they were.
But do you think that period that I was never really fully a part of it, which is just on the fringes near enough, in and out, but that leads to the success. But what do you think actually built the success when Brezzy took over with Minto? What actually gave you that extra push in your eyes that was just like
signings?
But there wasn't that many different characters whenever you think about the people who came in. So like Chrissy Kern,
he came in second, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the first year I'm talking about the signings, CC, 15 points a season as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Mark Smith played in Scotland, for his whole career came. McGovern had won the league title with Glentoran. Came in and partnered.
Them two were burning the guard too.
Them two partnered the nucleus of the team. And then, unfortunately for Chris, he did his Achilles in the third game against Glenavon. And that was the birth of Joe and Boise.
Because you just signed Joe that year, he didn't know the year before, and he came from Crumlin
Star. And like the funny one about Joe is came up training. So but you hear about these boys playing for Crumlin Star, 65 goals. All right, okay, it's amateur league. Right, Brezzy, get him up, have him a chance, have a look at him. Comes up one night, and do the first bit of the training session. I think Brezzy always maybe finished with a bit of shooting or something. But the first bit of the training session, the boys are firing on the sand forward, and he's controlling the outside of his foot instead of the inside, and they're going, don't know about this lad, boy. Crazy. Don't know about him. And then he did the shooting. He was like, I signed him up.
Yeah. The way he hits a ball.
Oh my God.
I've never seen anything
ridiculous.
Like it's so fierce.
It's ridiculous. Like anything, bar heading. His heading's horrendous. Now, I may get better over the last couple of years, but when we were playing, it was horrendous. But left foot, right foot, volley, half volley, just any goal inside that box, he's your man. Like,
one thing that I don't like about the perception of Joe is that that's the only thing he's good at, and it's far from the truth. Because over the last couple of years, his hold-up play has been ridiculous.
Well, that's probably a fair thing, but if that's the only thing you're good at, that's the only thing you're good at. Give me some.
He's one of the best.
That's true. He's going to score only 30 goals a season. That's something you're good at. And I'll take it. Have him in that email every one. But I'm just going back to the point there. The camaraderie, that was a big thing. The changing room run itself. Mm-hmm. Georgie run the changing room. Everything went through George. Not Brezzy and Minto didn't have to come in and check someone to do it. Everything went through George. Fines, standards, match day, training nights, everything went through George. And he was the leader of the pack. So he was. That was a big thing. The standards in training were, as you say, it was competitive every single night. So, but I look back, people go, they just work on tactics and stuff, and I'd be going like the 1 or 2 league titles, and they just work. What formations did you work on? I was like, no, I just played 6v6s.
Best trains ever. Brezzy done his warm up where it was, what did you call that?
O'Malley?
O'Grady.
O'Grady
says. Up and down. You done that for about 20 minutes, and I was like, right.
We possession box.
3 people into the middle of the pitch, and it was a question. Whoever got the question right first, these 2 were on, and it was.
And then brung the nets into the big nets.
Goals flat out.
Yeah, goals and tackles.
So it's something though, because let's be honest, if you're playing games and you're not hitting the net regularly, it does affect you. Like if you know that all you're doing is just putting the ball in it, regardless who you are, what you are.
Yeah,
class,
unbelievable. Like, as I say, the training was fierce. Like I come off some training matches worse than I did some matches. And slightly, like not much, like, but slightly.
When you think about winning the league for the first time, when you're getting that close and you haven't done it, nerves sets in. What are you like as a team and as a player? Because I think,
for me, it started before that. There, it started in the League Cup game, the League Cup final in the January against the Cruise. We won 4-0. And that got the monkey off that team's back, where we could go.
Because they had just done double.
No, I was so we just won that 4-0 in the January. It was the first major one. It's a major cup for Cliftonville. Mm-hmm. We won that there 4-0. I was like, you can do something here, like,
yeah.
So we're in the hunt for the league. We're in the hunt for the Irish Cup. And then you're getting closer. You're getting closer, and you're just chalking off games. And then obviously the famous game against Linfield, the 3-2 game, Georgie's penalty, was the one that sealed it. I don't think we felt. Brezzy wasn't at the feel nerves. He just took all the pressure off, even in his interviews. Do you know what I mean? He was never putting pressure on, saying, we need to do this, we need to do that, or he'd never throw you under the bus. He just took it all in his stride. That's just his personality. and even mental as well. Like this, because they'd been there and done it. Do you know what I mean? Now, they might not have won a league with Cliftonville or anything like that there, but they played there and they played hundreds and hundreds of games. They knew what it meant. But it was never any pressure on us. All the pressure was took off us. So it was just go out and play football. So we were just like a big bunch of mates, and then just grew and grew and grew until, obviously, I say there, the 3-2 game against Linfield.
Whenever you win the league, I don't know if it's the first year or second year, I remember having to go play a reserve game. Might have been on a Tuesday night, and the full squad was in the bar. I don't know if it was the first year or second year, and then we had to go turn up for training, but everybody was still in the bar on the Thursday night, and I must have rolled off for about a week and a half.
Oh, Boise. I remember Boise coming in, and as I say, so obviously you won the League Cup, you won the league, and for Cliftonville at that stage, and even to a certain extent now, because we haven't won since the second one we won. You don't know if it's ever going to come around again for a club like us.
Mm-hmm. And take full advantage.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously Linfield and Glentoran and stuff they were used to success year after year, double after double. Irish Cup, League Cup. Do you know what I mean? Cliftonville, 5 times I think we've won it in our whole history. We won it twice. Our team won it twice. 98 won it once. And then you're talking like the early 1900s. So the first time it came, you're like, this might never happen again. So boys took full advantage. And that's why we lost the Irish Cup.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Because it was done...
it was done early.
Yeah.
I think it was done maybe April. Irish Cup's not the first weekend in May. Mm-hmm. And boys had a bit of a party. So in my opinion, other boys might not agree with me in the team or whatever, but I feel I was partly why we didn't, but we blew up in the Irish Cup final against Glentoran because we were the best team out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you know what I mean? We were the best team. As I say, with League Cup, League, and we shut it at the travel.
Is that a regret? I know, like
it's
more
annoyance. Like, no? It's more. It'd be more noise. I don't look back and go.
As you say, you may never have got it again. So for you to go, let's hold it off here. Celebrations wouldn't be the same 4 weeks later.
Not too many. As I say, not too many people can say they've won a league with Cliftonville, and very few less can say they've won back to back.
That's one of the biggest things that I think. The second year, when there's confidence in the same team, you have just come off a high. I thought that personally, I was like the second year, that's the team that was dynamite.
But if I remember it right, I don't think we even started well that year.
No.
I think we started the first 10 games we were struggling.
No, and then it just...
But again, signings again, like Chrissy Kern come in, Marty Murray come in, obviously Joe and Boise's still there, Nosey come in, but it was still the same nucleus of players, the same core, George, me, Janty, Smicker, CC, Ronan, Boise and Joe. The core of your team never changed. Maybe tweaks here and there on the wings or
when there has to,
fullbacks or whatever, but the nucleus of the team never. And you look over all the successful teams, your Linfields, and over the last, like even when we were playing, the core of the team never changes. The nucleus of that team, they're the ones who drive the standards, in my opinion.
Do you think that the second year was equally as good as winning the first year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. You never get sick of winning, like.
No.
You never, do you know what I mean? As I say, winning the first one was brilliant. Winning the second one, I think David Jeffrey said it. It says it takes a good team to win it. It takes a great team to do it back to back. Do it back to back. And we did it back to back. So that's why I think that team will go down as a great team, in my opinion.
In Cliftonville standards, or you mean in any standard?
I think in that, well, that mean Cliftonville's, like, do you know what I mean? But I think they would stand the test of time in any era in Irish League. That team.
I would agree. I think it's hard to go past them. Even like if you look at, it was kind of like old school numbers too.
Yeah.
If you look at the likes of Boise and Joe, what they were putting out as centre forwards, it was like something like you're rolling back time. Like those two took the complete piss.
I was like, even go back, even before them ones, the clean sweep team of Linfield, like, I was like, that was a joke, like.
Yes, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? They're up our, like, maybe obviously, I would say one of the greatest teams ever in the Irish League, do you know what I mean? So.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Unlock over $3,500 in business and travel value annually with statement credits on select purchases from brands like Dell, Hilton, and Adobe, and other benefits. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Based on total potential value of statement credits on select purchases and other benefits, enrollments required, monthly and other limits and terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Whether you bond over streaming binge-worthy videos, watching sports recaps, video gaming, or by unplugging altogether, the 2026 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid helps keep you connected throughout your journey. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Available connectivity features and functionality vary by model. Package pricing, trials, and term lengths vary by model. Video streaming and games are only available while parked.
Joe and Boise, just, I don't know, the numbers, as you say, were mad, like.
Yeah.
They were absolutely crazy. Like.
Some of the stuff, you don't like to ramble on too much about certain people, but whenever I come into the team, you had certain people, as a centre forward, you kind of look at who do you try and replicate. So Chris Cornell's all-round play,
brilliant,
physical, unbelievable. Trap the ball in, done what you need to do, let it off, got in the box, score goals. Then you had Joe, who was more so ruthless in what he was doing.
Yep.
Very narrow-minded, and I just want to score goals, and he could hit a ball better than anyone. I've never seen anybody do what Liam Boyce done in those 2 years.
No.
Never.
Scurry.
Even in training, the way he used to like manhandle people.
Scurry. Just like a big,
it's like a man
boy
who's just, yeah. Like a man boy who's technically like, really good.
Like his feet were a joke. He did this mad thing at Distillery one night. Like he coiffed your man and turned at the same time and stuck in the top corner. Just like, look, I'm going,
what is
going on here?
I remember like Brezzy used to, as you say, try and bring in certain people to mix it up.
Yep.
And he signed, is it Kevin Niblock?
Yep.
The Antrim boy, who was a machine. Like,
muscles about muscles.
Oh my God, machine. Loveliest fella ever. And he was just terrorising people in training, like just running in like it was Gaelic.
Yeah.
And I remember he ran into Liam Boyce, who just checked him with a ball, and he just collapsed near enough. And I was like, that hit by a truck.
Boyce, he was a freak, like. Yeah. He I mean that in the nicest possible terms. Yeah. He's just like, when he came in, he was 16, like, he was just like, oh, but he was playing Sunday League and all back then.
Yeah.
He's doing both
Saturday, going up Sunday.
You know what I mean? He was so good. Like, and was it George and Kieran O'Connor, or Kieran was said when he was on? They used to pick him up from obviously going up the weight rack and stuff they got there, and he used to bring him home and 2-litre bottle of Fanta and a 6-pack of Chris, and he's going to play Call of Duty. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So, are you a footballer?
Yeah. And then, how are you that good at it?
How are you got it? And that's just natural, so it is. Naturally, probably one of the best players, if not the best players I've played with, our scene. Just naturally good at everything. Unless you pass the ball 2 yards at the side of him, where he started giving me that look. Just give it to my feet.
He had that, like, when some ways he couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't go to you, what are you doing? You would like,
like boys feet. Aye, boys feet. Just give it to my feet.
You've had...
I was a tag-up.
Yeah. You've had a lot of success at Cliftonville, right? As you say, you went through those 2 years where it was the best times. You also go through times in your career where it's down. One of the big things that I remember frequently off the top of my head is the leg break. It was a double leg break
compound pressure.
Crusaders. Talk to me about that, because that's something that sticks. Like, any time that I think about you and playing and what you've done, that sticks out to me, because I never really got to speak to you about.
Yep. Look, first of all, Marty Donnelly, worst pass I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Never
set you up.
Literally never seen Marty give a ball away in my life. The best first touch I've ever seen in my life. He plays, and I don't even know why I was in the left wing position at this stage, but Marty plays the ball up a lane and hits it about 15 yards in front of me. I'm the run after this here. I'm just fully focused on the ball, run up left wing, and Bevelin's coming across, and it's still to this day, people said I try to do him. How, but why people are thinking that there, or what goes to...
See, it's the perception. But probably...
And I've said this in interviews before and podcasts and stuff like that there. Like, I made 100 AM tackles in trainings and in other matches. I never went out to hurt people. I never went out to injure anyone. If the balls are to be won, whether it be 50-50, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, if I think I can get it, I'm gonna get it. I was never malicious, as in I tried to never
strong and
ever
firm in what you done.
Ever injure anyone. So as I say, he came across, I put my leg out, and I just used to wear small shin pads, and he just caught me underneath the shin pad and snapped it in half, and bone came out and stuff. But the funny thing is, so I see, I didn't know what happened at this stage. They're all standing there. I'm trying to get back. I try to get back up. So I'm like, obviously get hit. I'm trying to get back up. And then I look down going, no, don't think that's what I can get back up on. But boys are saying, obviously Mark Smith and stuff he was in the stand, and there was somebody else over in the other end. Can't remember who it was. They says that the crack or the crunch that they heard, it'll never leave them. I never heard that. I never heard any pain. Or so I didn't feel any pain
at all. Like,
no,
just at that stage. Or I mean,
no, not at all. It was just, no, I'll tell you when I did feel pain. So that happened, and then obviously doctor and all there, and obviously you're lying there, and so my legs like that, and my foot's like that there. So it is. So it's not good. Like, it's not good. I didn't know. I didn't know it. It wasn't that good at that stage. So obviously I get sent off as well.
See, I don't like this because
I know.
Like, imagine getting a card and your leg. So whenever I done, not to take this away from you, but I done the knee against Mulgrew, and people are like, "You try to do Mulgrew."
Yeah.
And as no, I didn't, because I wouldn't. Same as you, I wouldn't go out to hurt anyone.
No,
do you know what I mean? Just the way it was.
Yeah.
And as I'm stretchered off, he's like, "I have to," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he whips the card out, and I'm like, I was like, I know that I've completely wrecked this. And he's like, "Have to, mate," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I know.
Like,
so you get sent. I don't even ever get sent off because I double fracture, breaking hard out. Red card.
Actually sums you up. Get a red card.
Red card, and then I've been to the old Crusaders scene.
Yes, which is on the red.
So
yes,
I go into the hangar and I'm lying on the stretcher, just lying down. Crusaders doctor is there. He's get me all hooked up and all. He was brilliant, to be fair to him. And Johnny Campbell. So I'm lying up here. I'm talking. See Joe Gormley doesn't talk, and then see Stephanie coming in, and see her. She's starting out squealing out. That's mean this isn't good. Then I look at Joe. Is that bad, Joe? And he's like, Joe. I was like, Jesus Christ. So I'm lying there, and they're getting me all prepped to get into the ambulance. So the ambulance is coming. So they're trying. I had tape in the bottom of the sock. They're trying to cut the tape off, trying to release the sock and all. And the doc, Johnny Campbell, keeps nudging my toes with his knee.
On accident?
No, on purpose. And I said, "See if you don't fucking stop doing that there." I said, "I need to do it to make sure you can feel it." I can't feel it, so I can't. But he kept on nudging his knee into my toes. Well, my toes were over there somewhere, but he kept on nudging them. It was insane. So they were getting me all stuffed up, whatever they were doing, and put me into the back of me and standing in the back of the ambulance. And there was a fella. Do you remember Brian McGuire?
No.
He was in the Benny Lynch squad dressed him. He was an ambulance driver. So he must have put something on my leg and says, he's shooting into the back of the ambulance, or "Keep him alive, he owes me money." See talking about. I was mad, and then blue lighted straight there.
Class.
Madness. But that was mad. Well, so got there raw.
Okay.
I'm lying in the bed. And they says, "We're going to break this here and put it back into position." And he go ahead. And says, "Going to inject you with like a some things so it just numbs your whole body, but you may start talking, you may start telling the truth, or you may start telling stuff that you shouldn't be telling. I was like, hi,
Stephanie, go here.
I didn't mutter a word, so I didn't. It's a guy saying
Biting your gut.
but so I'm laying there, and my legs obviously over there, and they break it, or they pull it back in, and then put the cast on it. But I didn't feel anything. Like, it was not, and this thing, I think there's a picture of me, you see me sitting up, like, in the full kit, like, out there, and the cast and all, but I must have been high, whatever they were giving me, like, but it was never no pain, like,
yeah.
I know that sounds mad, like, it was a double compound fracture, bone was hanging out, but there was no pain.
Some people take it, well, I got a big girl in the eyes.
No, there was no pain, but the only reason I had to get the surgery, I was supposed to get the surgery straight away, because obviously open infection and stuff like that there. But there's a girl come in, had like some neuro problems or something like that, so she had to wait till the next morning. Bitch, I know, down her, bless her.
Two things I want to speak to you about before we wrap up, right? One, how many red cars did you end up with in your career?
Do you know the answer?
No, I'm asking you. Can you remember?
I was only like 5, only 5 for Cliftonville.
It's crazy that
mad, like,
people give you this.
That's what I'm saying.
False sense.
It's a Pandoville.
Because the reason why is not to go past Crusaders, but there's a game that you all play in. It's back the old Crusaders, the old grass pitch, and like 6 people get sent off. And it seems like the most. I seen the clip of this about 6 weeks ago.
Well, I've seen it.
Just mental. It was on BBC and it was like one of the worst games. I think Cliftonville ended up winning 2-1. 2-1.
It was like we had 10, they had 7, I think.
Yes. Talk to me about that, because somebody just happens to get sent off.
I think somebody, who was it? I can't remember his name.
It's a big McCune.
Aaron Black. I think he jumped on my back, and as he's coming over, I made it. It was like maybe trying to pull him.
Is that what it was?
Like pull him out there. Do you know what I mean? And then it looked like a couple. That's what it kind of looked. That made it what it looked like, but I'm maybe just trying to get him off my back. Do you know what I mean? That's what I was trying to do.
I'm going to help.
I was just kidding. I wasn't.
Like a fireman's lift, and then you've obviously tried to cradle his neck.
Well, I wasn't. I was having all the fun getting everyone sent off.
You tried to help him, baby him down.
Well, I don't want him hurting on the plastic pitch. So you know our
try and describe what you've done. So if he's over here.
So he's over, like, and I was just like, come on down.
Pull
on down on the fist. Sort of. I think, I can't remember, it was that long ago.
Well, yes. Do what? Goldfish. Do you know what I mean? But
I was selected.
Maybe we'll watch the clip again. But that's one, right? And the other thing is, the last time I had Joe on the podcast, he talks about the time where he gets sent off in Newington. Bit of carnage. And when we were speaking before this, you kind of brought the light that you were the issue, sort of. Yeah, like there was a wee bit of before and afters.
Oh, so when we were younger, obviously Joe said his piece about there was scouts and all coming to watch one game. He was playing for the Doyle. I was at the DC, and there was a big scuffle and all, and then the scouts didn't come back to watch. But he didn't mention that it was him started by fly kicking me in the back and started the whole scuffle. So I was like watching it. I was watching Joe's podcast, and it was brilliant. So it was really loved Joe's one. Not Kieran O'Connor's as much. Actually, me and Kieran are related halfway. Like, I got all the football ability. He was really good at running, club to club. But Joe, he left that bit out that he fly kicked me in the back.
So he started.
So basically, he started. It's just like a short strong thing. You know what I mean? With a chip on the shoulder, Doyle. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Just kick me in the back, and then all his mates came in.
Who was better?
At that age, me.
Okay, fair. Well, that sums it up, probably. Maybe we'll have to have this conversation another time with these, but
absolutely. No, Joe's a good lad, so he is.
Last thing before we go, you're back coaching. You're at Ballyclare. What's it like?
As I say, love being about the change room. Love being about the boys. Love the banter. Barry and Johnny, with great backroom staff. Barry and Johnny, great coaches. Jerry McVeigh, goalkeeping coach. Jim Physio, Andy, our kit man. Really, really good. Matty and our analysis, and Fabio, who does our scouting. Really good backroom staff. Brilliant. But the crack, I trying to bring it back in a bit of the old school.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's a...
Anybody shaving your back or anything?
Not yet. Or we haven't got there yet, because there's a few boys in there not right, like, in the head.
As in,
like,
mentally?
Talking about GCSEs, like, they'd be like talking like U's and F's and all, like, and they're like, oh, are you?
Not like O's. Not like us.
Like Healy Bros. Or there's a corner of like Declan Healy, Noel Healy, Jack Barry, Big Elliot.
McKim fits in there, okay. No,
fits in because he knows what happens now. He's big man's Christian now and all that there, so he knows what's going on.
Okay.
There's a few boys in there,
just not
right, like,
just not sure.
And then you have Doyler
Brandon, who's a genius.
Oh, Sam's on Doyler. He's
chemist or something.
No, he's saving cancer and all that there and stuff. And then reminds me about the Irish Cup win and stuff like that. There, he kind of brings it up a lot.
He won the one of Crusaders.
The one was he set you up. I said this. He said he set you up for the winner.
I thought Jake come off Chicken's face.
Well, we need to watch it back. He says he rose like a salmon, knocked it down to you, and then you did what you did.
I think we need to watch it again. I'm pretty sure it comes off Chicken.
Well, Doyler saying it was him. I don't think it was Doyler because I don't think he has it in him, to be honest.
But heading the ball.
But he must have played about 3 minutes or something, did he? He was trying to tell me.
I mean, probably really like 3
minutes more than you. But so he always brings up the Irish Cup. So then you have to get the league medals, and then he just shuts up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
I don't have.
He's a good lad, like.
But you're enjoying it, is the main thing.
I am enjoying it. But as I say, they're all good lads. Coaching's brilliant. I just float about and.
Is it something, because you have taken quite a break, is it something that you thought about doing before this, or was it like...
No, it was a random phone call.
Okay.
It was a random phone call from Liam McStravick, and I think obviously it was partly down to Mark Smith, who he had me in the Cliftonville under-18s at a stage, and then I just went out of football. I was just happy enough doing what I was doing, and then on a random Saturday night, I was like, do you want to come in? I was like, I just can't say yes or no. It was a couple of days with me and all. Need to ask permission, basically. So I didn't give an answer to the next morning. So, but no, I'm loving it. I am loving it.
Last question, I know I said this a few times, but what's the difference for you when you think about playing and winning and coaching and winning and managing and winning with the boys? Is there a difference?
No, there's no difference. Winning's winning.
Yeah. Because you see some people being like, I'd rather win as a manager.
No, winning's
just different than it is playing.
Winning's winning. Like I played in training last night and wanted to win. Wanted to beat everyone. You just want to win. I'd never leave you. That's an even in life. Do you know what I mean? It's You want to win at everything, you do. That's me personally. That's what I try to bring into them, lads. You need to, if you want to go up to the next level, that's the mentality you need to have. Winners win.
Fair. We're winners, man. No, mate. Listen, thank you. No problem. We finish on hugs.
Yes.
Been waiting for this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Pleasure. When I met you, right, you so much.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. I would actually, mate, I would put it on.
Oh no, it wouldn't fit you. I've done for you. I'm going to fit you.
Fit me. I'm thinking around my chin here.
What is that, medium?
I don't know.
I always wondered it was on that card. Nothing on
it. Used to be, and then I've got too confident myself. Join us next week on the On the Spot Football Podcast for yet another fantastic guest. This will be hung up, and hopefully next week I'll have another one to go with it. See you soon.